Happy Sunday. It is a wonderful opportunity to come to you again. It's Sunday. It's the first Sunday in November. This morning I was super early because I didn't recognize or remember that the clock was flipping back. So when it should have been 8, it turned out to be 7. So, I started really early and really good. And got a chance to get to church and listen to the sermon and join my small group and everything. We are at Grace, we are Embrace the series on moving forward. And I was just sharing with a sister in the Lord that it is quite fitting that this is our theme now, because I've recognized that where the Lord is taking me right now on a forward move. And when God does things, it's not how we would probably contrive or plan it to be. But we do have some indicators from how He make us feel and just the passion and what He puts in us. We live in a time where everything is quick. We don't wait for anything. And I get it because I can be like that for certain things. Like even watching television, even though I'm from a place where the TV did sign off when I was a teenager, young lady, and there was commercial breaks every minute. I don't watch any programs now that has a commercial break pretty much because that's how we're accustomed. We just want to get it done. And then there's so much to do and so much things to be involved with. But I want to challenge you as we move forward in this hurried and rushed time. Let's take quality time to develop and to be all that God created us to be. Because life is short, but we are all moving forward. Whether we have it as a theme or whether we do it or not, forward movement is what we do. The fact that we put one foot in front of the other, it's forward. The fact that today's Sunday is going to change to today's Sunday evening and tomorrow is going to be Monday and then there's going to be Tuesday. Forward is a must. It doesn't wait for us. But sometimes we keep our mind in one place. I would give my kids assignment, and what I've noticed because of the excuses and students not doing what they're supposed to so many times, I have a document that I've been using where not I don't put numbers on it, I put the days. So a kid will come and say, I wasn't here yesterday. So what do I do? And I get so animated at times and sarcastic and be like, okay, let's see if we can do that back to America thing and go back into the next day. But wait, we can't, can we? But look at the document, because at the top I have a fine writing that says, whenever you're absent, you already have the activity. So that becomes an automatic homework. So just saying to say, like the kids, they come with the paper and want to make an excuse why it's not done because they wasn't here. But they already took care of it because they already labeled each activity per day. So if you're not present in the class, it's online in a Google Classroom. You have it on your fingertip. You know what the schedule is for today. And the same way, as we move forward, we need to recognize what is the schedule for today. Today you're young. Today you're in school. Today you may not have a husband or a wife yet. Today you may not have a job yet. But the position you're in is to prepare you for those events when they come. And you can't wait until they come and then you're not prepared and you have all these excuses. So moving forward meaning that you make use of the time you have now. So when it comes, you can handle it. A lot of kids sometimes will get mad because I've been teaching for 27 years and I was currently teaching math until 2 weeks ago when there was a shift. But one of the things that I often get, especially because math is difficult for a lot of people, they'll be like, where are we using this in real life? Where are we going to use matrices? Where are we going to use inverse? Where are we going to use fine X and all those different type of stuff? And I felt like recently, like very recent in the school year, it was the Lord, because I'm not that smart, that gave me this answer for a kid. I looked them in the eyes and I said to the kid, now, there's a lot of people who have worked very hard for us to be here. And thank God, God bless America, the many people who sat on the bus, Martin Luther King, who civil rights movement, who didn't allow people to use color and creed and race and money to give kids the opportunity to learn. And now they have the opportunity, and it's another ball game. But I looked them in the eyes and said, like I'm saying to you today, everything in school is important. And you want to know why? It doesn't matter if you never use it. The reality is, there's no man on earth, or any teacher, any parent, or any principal, or any school administration or district who knows one person's full potential. Nobody knows. I've been a parent for 25 years, as long as I've been married, because I took on my stepdaughter, and so I've been nurturing her until now she's an adult, and I have a 13-year-old that I'm raising as well. And what I know, you will always get surprised from human beings, because in their brain, in their heart, they have a creator that communicates with them, and potential that you and I have no idea what it is. I didn't say all that to the student, but I'm saying it now. But in essence, what I'm saying, and that I expressed in the class that day, that nobody knows your potential. And if I'm going to say only one topic in math you need to know, or you don't need to know math at all because you won't use it, or why study history when that's about the past, or why study chemistry, or any topic that is in school or course, if we say that and limit the individual, we will not give them enough information for them to make a choice. If you have not done something, you won't know if you're good at it. If you have never seen something, you won't know what it is. So the aim of school, in its purest sense, is to give you an exposure to everything that is out there as much as possible, so that you can be prepared, and so that you will know what you can't do from versus what you do. So at the end of the day, you can make the choice. It won't be a forced thing. So you will do what's on your heart. Like me, I never ever ever wanted to be a teacher, but if you check me out as a kid, I was teaching my friends. Like in my very first class that I was humiliated because of my voice, in the 4th grade, I remember helping my best friend at the time who was Caucasian, and I had Indians and different race in that class. But I noticed, because I didn't look like them, I looked the part of the teacher who was Indian at the time. She didn't have much respect for what I do know, who I was. And so she kept me back, because from that class she could have given me the opportunity to take an exam that would have plummeted me somewhere that I'm not today, that affected my whole life. But then, I look at it in the positive and see that I've learned lessons that have kept me and have helped me to encourage others and keep the smile on my face, especially when I encounter people like that. And I have encountered them in high school, I've encountered them in college, I've encountered them in university, I've encountered them on the job, in church, wherever I go. Because people are people, and the devil's always looking for people to use. And if you don't avail yourself to God, you're going to be an instrument of the devil. And that's why we come to this temple. As I sit here in the parking lot, because I've already been to my services. We have 3 services. This is Grace Fellowship in West Palm Beach. I've been to 2 already, which was the sermon, and the second was my small group. But before I drive off and go home, I just wanted to share this, because I believe it's really important that as we move forward, as we go about life, the fact that we're alive, we're moving forward, because we're aging. Sometimes you need to look in the mirror and recognize that you were different 10 years ago and the year before. And you can also rejoice of your growth, because if you didn't move forward with the flow of life, and don't take advantage of the place that you're in or the time you're in, or if you just waste time and make excuses for whatever situation you're in. And all of us have situations because we're on a planet Earth that is full of challenges. But those who make it are those who are determined to move forward and not to allow whatever inadequacies of man or physical or sickness or whatever it is to hold them back. So I said that, and the class was in silence for the first time. Nobody contested because they know. But we are in a system where even now I'm under pressure because I encourage kids to use their brain, I encourage them to develop, and nobody wants that. They think a teacher helping them by giving them the answer and being subjected to their rules and their ways and their childish ways. And the Bible tells me in the heart of a child is foolishness, and the rod of correction will drive it out. And that rod doesn't mean something that is always going to be an abusive rod. But rod is hard, so sometimes the things are going to be hard. The correction may be hard. Just not having your phone all the time might be hard. Not being able to go out on a date or at a party or do whatever you want might be hard. But it takes discipline to be what you need to be. So let's all move forward this Sunday. Even with just a smile lighten up the world. Even with just a kind word. And just remember, the person you're interacting with has their own issues. So let's make the best use of every moment. Let's not limit ourselves, but utilize every God-given talent that you were given. And let's be our best every day. As they used to say in my primary school way back in the day, I was in primary school in the 70s, so that's a long time ago. Only the best is good enough. And you alone know your best. Check out the athletes and they'll tell you their best, their different calculations of their best, and sometimes they do their best beyond their best and they outdo their best last year, this year. So in that sense, I'm saying I can't tell you what your best is. You know it in your heart, in your mind, and you're able to work with it. So be your best you today. God love you, God bless you. And my last word for now, give Jesus a chance in your life. God created you for a purpose. And until you know that full purpose, until you understand it, until you walk in it, until you move forward with it, you are never gonna have that full satisfaction that you want. You'll be satisfied, but it may come and go, or it may not be total. But you want that satisfaction that you can say, like Paul, I have finished the race. I've kept the faith. And what's laid up for me is a crown of life that they reward the faithful. A crown is waiting for you. Your medal is at the end, but you must finish the race. And not just any race, your race. God bless you.